So I'm gonna ride by the storage facility. I think they got somebody to do it. The owners finally got somebody to do that back area. They did. They got somebody to cut it. I don't know what they charged, but apparently they did it. I gotta say, you did a pretty good job too, y'all. Wow. And they did it all by hand, y'all. They didn't even put a machine in there at all. And I think he only paid like $700, something like that. I'm not sure exactly what he paid, but he didn't pay. He didn't. I don't think he paid more than $1,000. I can find out though. Let me show y'all this with the other camera. Look at that, y'all. Look. That is a great job. They did a great job, man. I'm dying to know what they see. You can tell they didn't even put a big machine in here. You couldn't even get a machine in here. But now that we see the edges, see, you could cut this edge right here with a lawnmower. But see, all that had to be hand done, and he did not even pay $1,000, y'all. So yeah, there's a lot of trash up here. Boy, I'd like to have some of this metal up here. There's a whole pile of rebar over there. So yeah, I was just curious because I saw that they were having somebody work on it. So look at that, man. They did a good job, man. I gotta give them that a little bit, man. So, and I know he didn't pay $3,000. I'm gonna find out what he paid, but I don't think it's not even gonna be $1,000. And look at what he got done. See, some people just do things cheaper, man. And this time of year, guys that ain't smart with their money in the summertime, this is what they can do things cheaper, and they will. Look at that. Boy, that thing right there looks like it's coming loose, man. I don't like those things. Yeah. So y'all see what it is. That's pretty impressive. I'm gonna text the manager up here and see what they paid for that. I don't think they even paid $1,000. And they did a damn good job. Now they didn't do the sides. I probably would have done coming down the side a little bit because I got a machine, but that's a damn good job they did. I recognize it when people do a good job, and they did a damn good job there. They sure did. But people will work like that. I mean, you know, that's why I know that, well, I know for a fact that he didn't pay more than $1,000. The last time he paid a guy that worked for me, it took the guy, I don't know, 3 or 4 days, and he only paid him like $800. But that's how desperate people are for work. And not only are they desperate for work, but they don't have any equipment either. So when you don't have any equipment, then you have to use your labor more for cheaper. Because, well, you can do it cheaper because you don't have to make a payment on a machine or nothing. And there's always going to be somebody like that that's going to come in and do things cheaper this time of year, always, because everybody's not built the same. And a lot of guys, you know, in the summertime, well, they're getting by, but they're not. You know, they're having to reinvest their money. They're not smart with their money. They don't know how to manage their money. And then they get to now, like both the guys that worked for me this last year have called me asking for work. So guys like that will be the ones down in there doing that kind of work for cheap. Just to, and nothing wrong with that, I don't guess. There was a time that I would have done that job by hand, just not now. And but there's always going to be somebody come up behind you that is going to do things cheaper, that don't have the expenses you have. Of course, a lot of times they can't do as thorough of a job. That job was going to require a lot of labor, and y'all saw the kind of labor that it required. They did not, there's no way that, well, they couldn't even get a machine in the gate. You know, they would have had to move all that stuff out of the way. So they did all that by hand, probably with brush cutters and saws, and I don't know how long it took. I'm going to find out. But I know for a fact he didn't pay more than $1,000 because that's what he was trying to pay me.